everyone, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen, and today we're presenting one of our first videos of the season for Thanksgiving dinner. Today I'm going to share with you this recipe for Old South Succotash. Yes, I know, it's a really old school recipe, but it is such a perfect addition to your Thanksgiving table, you aren't even going to believe it. This gives you plenty of time to give it a try and see how you like it before the big day comes, and you'll know exactly how to make it. So let's go see how we make Old South Succotash. Alright, we're going to get right into all the ingredients and then we're going to move over to the stove. First off, I have 1 cup or about 6 strips of bacon cut into lardons that I am rendering off in the pan on the stove. So, 6 strips of bacon that you can't see, you'll see in a minute. We're also going to use 1 pound of corn. This is fresh frozen corn, and you can use whatever kind you want. This is a locally grown corn that I get, and then this is butter beans, otherwise known as baby lima beans. You can use regular lima beans if you like, but I think this is best made with the butter bean, which is more tender, it's younger, it's delicious, and so I have 1 pound of those. These are also locally grown and fresh frozen. I have 1 cup of very finely diced onion. I have 1 cup of very finely diced red, yellow, and orange bell pepper because I had a variety today. These are those little mini bell peppers that you can get in the store. I just cut up a handful of those to equal about 1 cup. And I have about 3 cloves of garlic here, and we're going to use that to season everything up. I'm also going to use some cracked black pepper and salt to taste if I need it, depending on how strongly salted my bacon is. Succotash, that's what we're cooking today. I think this is going to be great on your Thanksgiving table, so let's go over to the stove and see how we do this. Alright, we have rendered off our bacon. I'm not going to remove it from the pan. We're just going to move on. Going to add my onion and give this a good stir because it's going to snap, crackle, and pop for just a second. There's nothing better, in my opinion, than the smell of bacon and onion. It's just, oh, it's like from heaven. Add your garlic in there, and then your bell pepper. You want to use the sweet pepper, but you can also use green pepper. I love green pepper. A lot of people don't like it. They think it tastes bitter, but I grew up eating red green bell peppers. So now you can see how this is tightened up nicely just by adding the vegetables in there.
You can spice it up with jalapeno if you want.
You could put a hint of jalapeno in there. A lot of people like to throw a dash of cayenne pepper in there as well. So it's really up to you. Succotash is different in all the different places that you go. So I'm going to add the corn in here. Oh, it smells so good. And I'm going to add our butter beans. And butter beans are an institution in the South, so. And succotash is a very southern thing, but I want to give you a little background on what succotash actually is and where it hails from, and kind of a little archaeological food history, if you will. Succotash is actually a word that is derived from the Narragansett Indians, the Native Americans from the region in Rhode Island. They are a part of the Algonquin tribe, from what I understand. The word succotash in their language, in their native tongue, actually means literally broken kernels of corn. So, in what we would call corn middlings, which would be broken kernels of corn, is what something that the millers would probably use, like the grain millers, would have probably used to grind into cornmeal, as opposed to maybe leaving it whole for rehydration purposes later on down the line, or maybe turning into hominy, depending on what part of the country you're in. But succotash always consists of corn and beans. Sometimes in the South it was known to only have corn, the butter beans or the lima beans, and onion, and then it was topped off with either lard or bacon fat. You can also find recipes that are very colonial where the succotash has not only these ingredients, but also squash and sometimes tomatoes, depending on the season and what they had available to them. The succotash is really nothing more than a medley of whatever vegetables that were seasonal. And the other thing that I thought was interesting is that succotash was very popular in the United States during the Depression. A lot of people, we still were a very agrarian society at that point. We still were living on farms, but then there were a lot of people in the urban areas who still had small backyards and they were growing some of their own food. For mere survival, succotash was often used as a pot pie filling and cooked as a casserole-style dish that had a flaky pie crust put on the top of it that was usually made from nothing more than lard and flour, and then baked off and served, you know, pot pie style. So I thought that was just a really interesting little piece of information, a lot of pieces of information I wanted to share with you, because succotash is really, you know, it's been here forever as far as Americans go. And I think it's really important to understand stuff like that, and it helps connect us more to our food. I think people are so disconnected in some ways to their food. So I'm going to go ahead and just give this a couple of shakes of salt and some grinds of black pepper, and then we're just basically going to heat this through. You see, it's not juicy at all, and that's how you want it. You don't want this to be swimming in any juices. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab a spoon and I'm going to give this a taste. It's not very hot yet. Good.
Very good.
I think it could use a little more salt. It's very important to taste your food and salt it later.
You can taste the bacon in the bottom.
You can taste everything. Everything shines in here.
Yes.
It's really delicious. Oh. This might be good for a church potluck.
Yeah.
Really. But I'm saying that succotash was probably served at the first Thanksgiving. And I think it would be an excellent addition to your Thanksgiving table.
Yes.
Because, you know, this may be popular in some places and with some families. I never had succotash until I was an adult.
I had it in school.
My mother hates lima beans. And I used to think I hated them too, because my mother hated them. So my mom never cooked them. I'm like that with peas. I'll eat peas in things, but I don't often have peas where I add them to things. So, in case, we're going to let this heat through all the way. We're going to come back and we'll show you what this looks like plated. Our version of Old South Succotash. Rick and I have both tried this more than once, and it's really, really good.
It is really good.
I really like it. And like I said before, I didn't ever have this growing up, and I'm really pleasantly surprised at how delicious this vegetable side dish is. And there are so many different incarnations of this recipe that really anything goes. So I hope that you will give this succotash recipe a try. I hope you'll consider putting it on the menu for your Thanksgiving dinner, because I think it's going to be great, and I think people are going to love it. It's a real throwback. I mean, total throwback to, like, the Native Americans. So this goes back a long way. And share the history with them, because I think it means more when you know where a dish came from. So I hope you try this, and I hope that you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber, so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating!